Hi everyone, welcome on the Head of Sales Diary podcast. And today our guest is Dariia Gerasymova, growth sales at Influtu. And before you meet her in person, a few facts why I decided to invite her. So first, she's a very creative B2B sales strategist. And during the past year and a half, she has managed to hit the quota more than 100%. And we're going to speak about this a little bit later. She's known for her humor, exceptional memes. I love them on LinkedIn. And I think this is something which makes her stand out on LinkedIn. She has grown her LinkedIn from zero to how many? 16,000 in 2 years?
Right now, yes,
Yeah.
16.
So 16,000 in 2 years. I was lucky to be in the very beginning of this journey. I remember her struggles, and now the result is purely amazing. And the most important is her emphasis on multi-channel and human-centric outreach, which is making it possible not to sell and to push your products, but to try to find the solution for the customers and to drive them to sales. Is that correct?
Yeah, thank you so much. And hello, everybody. I just wanted to highlight that maybe human-centric outreach is just not only for, showing the product, but more about building relationships. So I truly believe in building relationships more than selling products. And this is my mantra, let's say.
Okay, this is like your branded slogan, like building relationship over selling.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So today we're going to speak about the way how a head of sales or a sales director or a sales leader can grow and build the teams which do not need babysitting. Basically, those teams which can work autonomously, which do not need like kind of micromanagement and everything. And as a head of sales, I say that this is like the pure dream. And it's always interesting to hear it from the head of sales perspective, but it's essential to hear it like from people who are a part of the team and what is required to make this happen. So the first question, when we talk and when you hear like babysitting sales, what does it actually look like for you in like a daily routine?
That's a great question. I think when we build the system, especially you guys, head of sales, like head of strategy, you build the system, and this is so great. I do love that we as sales reps, we actually have kind of rules of what to follow, how to deal with all of those numbers, activities. That's pretty great. But when it comes to babysitting, it means that sometimes head of sales and director of sales, they expect their sales reps to act directly what they said before. Like you need to hit only like 100 cold calls per day, send 20 emails, kind of things like we are not in school, like just to, to do our numbers, to do our activities. So when it comes to autonomy, it means that you guys expect us on the results, but you do not, expect kind of how, like the way of how we achieve those results. And again, I'm talking about me and my vision. So those people who tell me, girl, you are free of do whatever you want. We just want you to bring us those kind of results we expect from you. I'm super happy because that's the freedom for our mind of how, like, what kind of things we can create, what kind of things we can do, try, A/B test, whatever. So that's the main reason for me to do that kind of autonomy.
But like, okay, well, I can say something you may not agree with, but maybe not all the people are born independent. Like, not everybody can act independently. How to identify those who can and to move from like micromanagement and babysitting to a more flexible management lifestyle?
I think that's the that kind of dilemma with A players, B players, C players. So That's the question to the person if he she wants to hire like C player. C player could be the person that just follow everything and do not, I would say, do not like put that click on just thinking more, creates a strategist, whatever. But it also apply, I would say it applies to B players too, on some point. But B players kind of, some of them, they can ask questions, they can be proactive in terms of like join that kind of webinar, right? So it's not kind of that much creativity, but it's something extra, right? So when we are talking about that, and I do believe that not all people that you would hire would is that much independent 100%, but the willing of doing extra, that's important. Doing something, having an additional mentor, asking great colleagues that you were inspired of for coffee chat, whatever. Just do something, just not follow all of the rules that are expected from you and close your laptop and that's what I'm saying.
But like, what should be in the hands of a salesperson, let's say like SDR or an account executive, and where is like this margin of responsibility, which should go primarily to the team and to the leader? Like, what kind of tasks or whatever?
So again, that's my point of view that the leader should give the high overview of what she expects from the team, and share the vision of direction we are going.
So, like the strategy. So, the sales leader is doing the strategy.
The strategy and overall like high overviews of, and actually that those not only the strategy but also like, for example, hey guys, I'm thinking of buying this tool because I see this clear connection between you doing your dials, for example, and I would like to test out dial. uh, that kind of things I think should belong to head of sales, not SDR coming to the leader saying, you know what, I want you to buy me out to that. Like that's weird. But when it comes to the person, like for example, I'm talking about myself, I always think of okay, so I know that this thing is working pretty much okay. I'm gonna do this, but this particular thing is not working great. What for example, for me, would be the reason for you know, maybe I need to A/B test something. Maybe I need to just to try the new strategy that I just saw the post on LinkedIn, and I think, well, I'm not sure that it's gonna work for my niche, but why not? Like I'm not closing 100% of quota or something. So that micro points, I would say that SDR like have the space to task, the space to, let's say, again, just to try. I think that's the vision between head of sales and SDR and account executive.
But like, okay, well, two points. The first one, let's imagine the head of sales is creating the strategy, which is I don't know, ridiculous in the eyes of the SDR. They think that it's like not achievable, that it doesn't make sense. They do not agree. Should they just go and implement it and be autonomous and not require babysitting, or should they voice up and propose something on top?
If you ask me, I would choose the second option. And that's actually my nature. But I think, again, it's the question of A players, B players. B players, which is they will just follow the strategy. A player will come and say, if you want me to be honest, I'm going to say that taking taken into the point A, B, C, D, and you just not be, you should be not just a criticizable person, but give the actual points that you investigated yourself why it should not be applied. And that's what I'm saying usually. And again, there are like different ways of how you can do that. You can go in one-to-one and say, like, again, it's just chatting and being, honest. But you can also, on the team calls, you can also ask questions, great questions. So the head of sales will be like, that's a great question. Maybe I need to work more on before applying this strategy.
But like, how would the best, what is like the best management style for you? Like, how many one-on-ones do you want to have? Do you want a person to be on the calls with you, like your manager? Do you want the manager to proofread your like messages or something, or you want to be totally independent?
Um, I think personally that proofreading and like double checking, that's something that shouldn't be the, just on the beginning of the way when the strategy is applying. Because again, you can trust your salesperson to go with that kind of creativity, to go with that kind of independency. So you can ask, as a head of sales, you can ask, did you proofread yourself? Did you check spam wording? Did you that? Did you that? If all the answer is yes, I don't think that you need to double check the work before it's starting. But when you need to check, when you give the POC, like proof of the concept period, let's say, and let's say it's like 1 month, 2 months, and it's not working, it's not bringing results, you do the retrospective, like why it's not working. Give me all the texting scripts, whatever that you are using. This way, I think it's going to work better rather than like vice versa. But also for those people, I would say like B players, C players, for them, I assume that would be super hard to go with something that matter proofread. So on the contrary, I would say that you can be the person saying, hey guys, I'm here for you to proofread, to help you. If you need that, let's set up a meeting and do that for you. Like it's super individually based on the person.
Yeah, that's true. But like on the other hand, when you open up LinkedIn and you scroll through the posts, and they say like all sales leaders will have to like coach more, they have to mentor. But Lau, how can I mentor in case like I can ask you the questions like have you proofread your messages, which is like, well, obvious, yeah. Or have you, I don't know, like checked the spam words? But if I want to like mentor you, maybe in case you show me your messages or in case you show me your scripts, maybe I can suggest you something, you know?
Yeah, so there are like different things. First of all, if you are coming to the person saying, oh, there is like no strict vertical, I would say. It's like, I am the person, let's say that I'm your mentor, I have like more experience, and I would like to suggest you something. That's super different when the person saying, give me the task, I need to, like as school teacher, I need to check your task. There is completely different outcomes when the person come in like, I just want to suggest, I just want to help you to improve and polish. And like it's super different cases. And I think that sales reps sometimes they pretty much struggle to understand the difference between those intentions of the head of sales. Sometimes sales reps think like, okay, I'm not hitting quota, I'm not that much good as, for example, Maria or John. So I'm already not okay, like I'm not the leader in the team. So when my boss coming to me saying like, show me what you've done, that could be the feeling of like, that's my teacher. I just be,
So it's like
there would be some bad feelings.
more a question of the way you position your help. It's not like that you need to micromanage and you want to check. And this is something I always say. It's not because I want to control you. It's not because I want to show you, like, I don't know, your mistakes or like micromanage you. But sometimes I need the second like look, you know? Sometimes when I do something, I say, okay, can somebody take a look and check if I'm doing it right? It's like, well, it's just another opinion, the second opinion you may have. Getting back to the quota, so like you have hit your quota in 2024, you have overachieved your quota by 27% in the first quarter, in the first quarter of this year, and in the second quarter by 13%. Uh, what is like, what mine, I don't know why I can hear myself. Uh, like, what was the shift? How did it happen?
I think that the majority of sales reps, they can be triggered, but that word of quota. So when it's just the beginning of that quarter, you might be kind of a bit of relaxed because it's just the beginning. And again, you're doing all of those activities, but you are not of this really pressure, I would say. But I feel myself really pressured when it's coming to, let's say, that's in the middle, or coming to the end of the period. I feel so much pressure that my mind bring me some like, you need to do something, you need to do, you need to ask for more referral, you need to find the dots between all of those people working together or different departments. Let's do that, let's do this. So I don't know how to explain this, but because of that pressure that you need to achieve that quota, you start thinking, I sit
Creatively.
down, uh, I would say creatively, but also like outstated. Like you're not only doing the numbers again. You're not only um, closing, let's say, closing the task, right? You think how to overcome, how to go through that challenge, and when you have that feeling, you you start thinking exceptionally. I don't know how to explain this. I actually chatted with my colleagues from my CR team, and not all of them think in that way. But what they do is also about proactivity. They have like more one-to-ones with our manager, and they sit together, and it's also could be an option for a lot of people. They sit together and start thinking that kind of extraordinary together, which is what you just said about like the second view.
Yeah, so like sometimes you need this kind of a help. In case, in your case, it's well, it's amazing that you come up with like some creative things, and it's like obvious that you are super creative, and we can see it on LinkedIn. Like two questions: how have you come up to this kind of creativity on LinkedIn, and to creative follow-upping, and to emotional social selling, and how does it help you generate inbound leads? I mean, through LinkedIn.
So the answer would be as when I started, I wanted to copy others. I don't know, like that's the common strategy when you just want to start and you don't know where to start. You just browse and find kind of content that you personally like, and you try to write the same things but differently. And that's what worked for some time. But I feel inside, and again, it's about inner God. I think that for us salespeople, that's pretty much super important because again, I will do the step back. For example, if you trust your inner God, you can even understand the difference between different prospects. You can start, messaging them and understand inside like who's gonna be the person who will reply better. I don't know, it's just intuitive way. So I started with copying others, and inside I felt, oh no, girl, it's not gonna work. Like
You're not that girl.
no, no, no. Like that's something that it's not about you. So when I just, breathe in, breathe out. And I would like, now we gonna start posting something that you, girl, really want to do. And I started with just, creating something that came to my mind, and being that much creative, helping me, like how to be that creative. I would say all the things that we were as children or young people reading, watching, listening to, all of those kind of things like cartoons, movies, music, whatever. Like it's super common for our like generation, and not only one generation, and this way helping me to create something that could be applied to kind of emotions with other people. And I tried this, it worked, and it's still working, just because it's super common. It's something that not pretty much related to super professional things, I would say, but I've tried to combine them with professional, with sales advice, and this kind of combination, like super something super common and super warm to you as a like small child inside you, together with sales advice, it's something that could be catchy, I would say.
Does it help you to generate the leads, or like what is the percentage of the leads which come to your content?
It is. There is one important thing that I'm strongly doing outbound outreach myself, because I have the clearly defined ICP. So this is super important to understand that the leads coming from your content, it's not 100% defined your ICP. It's super rare case, but it's happening sometimes. And again, it's just because of the niche that I'm working. For example, for the rest, it could work perfectly. But again, those leads coming to you from LinkedIn, inbound leads, you should understand that the majority of them would be people wanting something for free. It's kind of the organic thing. So this way, I'm personally focused on outbound for 98%, I would say.
But like, it's how does it help you? Like, it will drive me into the next question on how to motivate sales teams, build their brand, and use LinkedIn not only for prospecting, but for building the trust. But how does your personal brand help you in sales?
First, let's pretend that this is like C-level person that you try to convert. And this person, obviously, he or she having, let's say, 100 plus requests on LinkedIn per day, maybe less, but overall, that's a huge number. And again, that's the question. If you are the person that just messaging on LinkedIn, not doing your, actual presence and telling something to the audience, building the network, what would be the chance that the person like C-level gonna accept you in comparison with me, that super open, sharing a lot of things. We had like bunch of mutual connections with this person. So that's like first, that's a higher chance that I will be in his her network. Secondly, when I'm like super present there, I'm not only posting, that's important thing. I'm not only posting, I'm commenting a lot. Um, and obviously, when I need to convert the person, I need to understand if she actually posting himself, herself. So I'd comment to their posts, I'm asking questions, I post thoughtful comments. And this way, that's kind of the dog between me posting something, comment to direct message, and combine, like continuing that discussion. So that 2 points actually helping me to hit that quota, because if they're like high competition between like all sales reps selling the same things, like how you stand out, like that's the question.
Well, it's like a matter of standing out for sure, having your own kind of a signature. And I think this kind of creativity is your definitely signature. It's like unrepeatable. Some people I can see trying to copycat you, but it's like we know the original where it comes from. And secondly, it's built in trust because like when I see, for example, the profiles with AI generated picture and the blank, like nothing is filled in, or it's like very badly filled in, I would probably not even accept an invitation because, like, well, I understand that this person is probably going to pitch me something, teach slap, you know? And how do you, yeah, tell me.
Sorry, quick question. Like, not even a question, but actually, that's about being human
Yeah.
in the world of AI. I don't know. Like, that's the word super, like, I would say high trigger for a lot of us. That
Yeah.
AI, AI, AI. But overall, that's what you just said. It's showing you that I'm human
Yeah.
more than a cell.
Yeah, that's true. Like, but how do you motivate? Maybe this will be the last question before we finalize, and we have gone through almost all of them. How do you motivate? And what is your advice to the head of sales to motivate their teams to create on LinkedIn?
Well, this is super interesting question, and I chatted with a lot of sales reps, just random chats, and like mostly all of them saying, "Well, I'm not gonna be like more paid for that, so why should I spend my time?" So that's the thing. Like the majority of sales reps, they are motivated by money, and it's true that outside money, when you talk to them and tries to understand, like, girl or boy, do you think that you're gonna, for example, I'm just saying the truth, like, do you think that you're gonna work in this company until retirement? Like, think more of your future. Think more of how you can build your personal brand, even for the next employer. When this person will open your LinkedIn and will like, wow, this girl's doing amazing. Like that's the bonus in comparison with other people applying to this role. It's just one example, but there are like more examples. Understanding why you're building your personal brand. Again, it's personal. It's not about you.
You're gonna take it with you forever, like whenever you go further. This is like so. I also when see people say like, okay, I'm not gonna be paid for it. Well, there are certain things which you're not going to be paid right now, but which is increasing your personal value. For example, if you start reading books, you're not going to be paid for it, but you're going to become smarter. And maybe next time you're going to sell yourself for like 20% higher check, as a personal, as an employee. The same as with the personal brand, like the same as with personal development or whatever. This is investment into yourself. You're not investing into the company. It's helping you to reach a quota. It's not helping, I don't know, the company to become more famous. Like this is like I think a shift many people will come to, but it's going to be a little bit late, because like, well, for now you can still easily enter LinkedIn and start posting.
I just wanted to add that that's super related to what we discussed at the beginning. So when the head of sales expecting you just to hit your numbers, do more because you're not hitting your quota, and I'm saying that because the majority of sales reps told me that, like, I'm drowning in all of that activities and not hitting quotas. I need to do more numbers, 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 and that way they say to themselves, like, I don't have time, I need to do more like activities numbers because how the sales expecting me of doing that. And this way I think the manager should be like more, there should be more trust to their people to go with that autonomy, just to give this space to like safely test. And it can be experiment for you, for example, just to start posting and understanding in 2 3 5 6 months if it's helping you hit your quota or not.
Something I'm going to advise to the head of sales listening to us, and this is the lesson I learned when I was doing sales, and I had a manager who told me, you can fuck up but this is the only way you're going to learn. You are welcome to do it because that's the way you're going to understand what's working or not. And I will cover your back. And this is something I always tell to my team. Experiment. Even if you lose the deal, even if you lose the customer, but you will learn something from it. Like, I'm fine. I'm not going to fire you. Or numbers are important, but gaining experience is more important than that. Yeah. The last question. So you have 60 seconds to answer. So it's like a very short one. If you had to leave every head of sales listening with just one sentence on this topic, what would it be? Even less than 60 seconds. So one sentence.
Be more of a kind of friend rather than like strict vertical manager to your sales reps.
Okay. Dear sales managers, be friends and allow your team to breathe, make mistakes, experiment, A/B test, and build their personal brand and do something more, what they are excited to do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. See you next time at the next Head of Sales Diary podcasts. And thank you, Dariia, for coming. And thank you for amazing tips you have shared.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.